Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 12 of Ring of Valiance Wrestling. Before we kick off tonight's show, there are a few announcements that need to be made. Number 1, as most of the ROV locker room and fanbase has learned, Shannon Silvera, Everett Creed, and Garfield Wentworth, due to contractual obligations in SWW, have all requested and have been granted their releases from Ring of Valiance, which unfortunately makes the tag team championships vacant. Fear not, however, for this will be rectified, because on episode 10 of ROV Live, they will be up for grabs once more, this time in a 4-way tag match. We wish Wentworth, Silvera, and Creed all the best in their endeavors with SWW, as well as the new Coalition Network show Heart of Battle. Now with all that out of the way, onward to matters within ROV, as well as the entire Carpe Diem network itself. As we all know, it is because of Deshaun Walton that there are 7 part owners of Ring of Valiance Wrestling, 3 of whom are in the Mutiny Mafia, and 2 of whom are our top champions, Eric DeVille and Tom Doyle. Of course, the only person with more power than them is yours truly. On episode 13, Doyle will be defending the Universal Championship against Ryan Riley, and as confirmed last episode at Uncivil War, Eric DeVille will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Cody Hale, where if Cody loses, he is mandated to join Mutiny Mafia. That's only assuming Eric will be able to make it to Detroit as the World Heavyweight Champion, for on episode 14 of ROV, after speaking with rehab facilities countrywide, Eric will defend his world title against the newly reformed and sober Blake Casey. Best of luck to both of those men in that match. Now circling back to matters involving Uncivil War, it'll be the last show for a lot of superstars here in ROV. It may be the last show this channel ever produces, period. For you see, despite him being banned from his own creation by Tom Doyle, I have very much kept in contact with Deshaun Walton these last few months, and he has mixed feelings about what he wants to do with this show. There's days he wants to rebrand it, there's days he wants to keep it as is, and there's days, like today, where he wants to shut the show down and disappear without a warning or a trace. He even told me this past week after Live 9 premiered that he may just end up leaving the industry entirely after Uncivil War concludes. At the end of the day, as the head network executive of the Carpe Diem network, the final decision of what happens to this show does not lie in the hands of the 7 owners, nor does it lie in mine. It lies in the hands of Deshaun Walton. Should he choose to leave after Uncivil War, his choice will be understood and respected by all. With all of that said, we hope you all enjoy what are hopefully not the last episodes of Ring of Valiance Wrestling, and we thank those who have supported and stood behind us. My name is Damon McCarthy, and thank you for tuning in. Have a good night, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian King on call as always for Ring of Valiance Wrestling. Earlier tonight, as you can see right here, as the show was kicking off, ROV part owner / Mutiny Mafia member / World Heavyweight Champion Eric DeVille was heinously assaulted by this masked man. Nobody knows the motive behind this attack, but we do know one thing, and that's the fact that Cody Hale will be challenging Eric DeVille for the World Heavyweight Championship at Uncivil War. But one has to wonder whether or not if Eric is even going to make it to Uncivil War after this heinous attack. As you can see, my God, this was just absolutely sickening. I know Eric's a member of the Mutiny Mafia and all, but he's a damn good person. And to see him get assaulted like this, without reasoning, is absolutely disgusting, and it's very scary for the World Heavyweight Champion / one of our part owners. You could see that man, whoever he is, walking off without a care in the world, basically leaving Eric for dead. We'll try to get an update as quickly as possible on Eric's status. And who knows what this will mean for Uncivil War. Speaking of Uncivil War, here comes Mikey Colt, who has not been seen since ROVX. He's looking to get back into the swing of things as soon as possible. And speaking of swinging, my God! That damn Melvin Swan swinging that bat right across the head of Mikey Colt. A straight right hand right to the face. Melvin really does not know when to leave well enough alone. Mikey suffered enough back in Seattle. Oh no, God! Dropping Mikey right on the back of his head on that concrete floor. The hell is wrong with that man? Somebody get some help back there for Mikey, please. Mikey is out cold on the floor as Melvin Swan walks away. Melvin really does not know when to leave well enough alone. Mikey Colt is out cold. Somebody get a medic back there, please. But as we kick off tonight's show with some action, it's time for one of the final two matches in the first round of the Open Weight Championship Tournament. And here comes one of the members of the Five Fingers of Death, Brandon Cuevas. This young man has been looking for quite the opportunity. And what better way to ply your trade than to go after one of the new championships that it's going to be coming to Ring of Valiance, the Open Weight Championship. Brandon stands about 6'9", weighs in at about 280 pounds. The last time we saw Brandon was in Seattle at ROVX when he was defending his girlfriend Olga Markowski's honor when she got speared in the middle of the Universal Championship match by Virgil Snow. Virgil Snow has also not been seen since ROVX. But Brandon here is not focusing on Virgil or Olga right now. The one thing he is focusing on is representing the Five Fingers of Death, and more importantly, becoming Ring of Valiance Wrestling's first ever open weight champion. These fans are on their feet for Brandon. He is quite the young star. Look at the physique on this man. These fans are definitely loving Brandon Cuevas here tonight. You gotta wonder what the other two men who advanced in the tournament, who are part of the Mutiny Mafia, along with Eric DeVille, that of course being Lars Wild and Gregory McKenzie. You gotta wonder what this will mean for those two men and who they will be facing next episode in the semifinals of the Openweight title tournament. Here we got a new superstar in his own right. This here is Serpico. He hails from Guadalajara, Mexico. Stands about 6 feet tall, weighing 215 pounds. I don't really know much about this young man, other than the fact that he was trained by Deshaun Walton, a man who has been banned from Ring of Valiance Wrestling at the behest of Tom Doyle. Walton has not been heard or seen since. Truthfully, he really hasn't been seen involving anything ROV related aside from Live 9, which came out recently, saying that he wants to change the way this industry operates. I don't know how he's going to be able to do that with him being banned and everything from ROV, but we'll have to see how things play out for him later on. But for right now, it's time for Brandon Cuevas versus Serpico. The winner will face Gregory McKenzie in the semifinals of the Openweight title tournament. And look at the intensity in Brandon's eyes, and Serpico, this young man looks ready as well. The fans are ready, I'm ready, and I hope you fans watching are ready. Referee Kenji Yamamoto rings the bell. This one is officially underway. The men circle each other. Look at the height difference and the mass difference between Serpico and Brandon. Collar and elbow tie-up. Brandon wrenching the arm. Serpico now with a key lock locked in here. Oh, and Brandon now transitioning into a side headlock. Side headlock takeover. Big punch right to the head of Serpico. Serpico showing that he's no slouch in the grappling department, and you really don't see big men like Brandon grappling like this. Serpico now with a side headlock. Oh, look at the power of Brandon fighting his way out of that. Off the ropes, look at the drop down, and another one by Brandon. Went for the boot. Serpico counters, elbow right to the thigh. These rapid strikes. Serpico drops down. Big jump over Brandon. Went for the drop kick. Brandon with a back elbow. 3 right hands to the head of Serpico. Oh, and speaking of Serpico's head, oh no. Bouncing his head off the turnbuckle repeatedly here. Oh my God. Serpico may have a concussion in his first match here in Ring of Valiance. He looks like a guy that can get the job done though, but Brandon is firmly in control of this match. And I want to take you back to ROVX once again. As I said before, Brandon Cuevas interfered in the middle of the life versus title match between Virgil Snow and Deshaun Walton, where if Walton lost to Virgil Snow, then Virgil would have the opportunity to kill Walton in the center of the ring. Wait a minute, Serpico. Off the ropes goes Brandon. Oh, and a sling blade. Beautiful. Wait a minute, Serpico going for the cover. Kenji in position. 2. And no. Kick out by Brandon Cuevas. Excuse me. This action is so exciting here. And another sling blade by Serpico. Looking for another cover. 1, 2. And no, only a 2 count again. As I was saying, Brandon interfered in the middle of that match between Virgil and Deshaun at ROVX after Virgil speared Olga Markowski, who at the time was his former wife. Oh, a flipping cutter off the second rope. Olga thankfully didn't suffer too bad of an injury, and she will be in action later tonight against the debuting Candy Vega. We all know Olga Markowski is still locked in a bit of a feud with Mandy Herrera, and honestly, that feud is only going to get worse before it gets better. Serpico looking for something here. Oh, and a sliding forearm to Brandon, who is in deep trouble. Look at this springboard 450. Brandon moved out of the way in a big clothesline. Absolutely incredible. Brandon showing that he's no slouch in the speed department, but he is definitely not a slouch in the power department. Huge gut wrench power bomb. Man, and now a key lock by Brandon. Oh, trying to rip the arm right out of Serpico's socket. Oh, man. Nice counter there by Serpico. Just these rapid strikes, trying to mount some kind of a comeback. He's got Brandon down to a knee, but Brandon's not going to let him get up that easy. And a big Polish hammer by Brandon Cuevas. Here we go. Cover again. 1, 2, and no! Another kick out by Serpico. Brandon's got to be thinking, what is it going to take to put this man away? Serpico is not... Oh my God! Serpico is looking like not that kind of an easy superstar to take down. That big choke slam-like maneuver into a deadlift German suplex. Brandon Cuevas showing off his power and going back to wrenching the neck. That is not good for anybody's health. And you know, speaking of the Mutiny Mafia, Tom Doyle has got to be somewhere in the arena scrambling for answers, wondering what happened to Eric DeVille earlier tonight when he was attacked as Damon McCarthy, the head of the Carpe Diem Network, was making an announcement. Springboard moonsault by Serpico. Looking for the cover here. 1, 2, and no. Absolutely incredible feats of flying by Serpico, but only got the 2 count. You gotta wonder, what will this win mean for one of these men? More importantly, who do you think Greg McKenzie is scouting the most? Serpico! Tope con hello! Oh my God! Yeah, you can definitely tell he was trained by Deshaun Walton if he's goddamn dabbing. A 2017 called. They want their damn dance move back. That thing was out of style when it first came out. Serpico with a springboard clothesline. Springboard clothesline by the luchador from Guadalajara, Mexico. And now, look at this. Slingshot DDT onto the apron. Can't believe he's actually allowing himself to embarrass Deshaun Walton with that damn dab earlier. Uranagi on the barricade by Serpico. Brandon is in trouble here. Like I said, Serpico doesn't look like he's a slouch in any department. He's keeping up with Brandon fairly well. Oh, look at this. Looking for something. Gonna be a brainbuster? No, Brandon counters. Oh, Superman punch. Shades of what he did to Virgil at ROVX. Will this be it too? No. Oh man, these two men want to be the openweight champion, but they have to get past the first round and the second in order to get to the finals to compete for the openweight championship belt. Oh, look at this. Wait a minute. Oh, whoa, what the hell was that? Brandon went for the crackerjack over the top rope. Serpico springboarded off the ropes, kicked him in the face, and he's flying high with a Meteora. Absolutely incredible athleticism by Serpico, wowing every single fan in attendance and every fan watching at home. Serpico now putting Brandon back in the ring. And Kenji Yamamoto telling Serpico get down, but Serpico pointing Brandon out, letting him know it's ball game. Oh, went for the Meteora. This time Brandon sidestepped. He may have blown out both of his knees, and that is not good. That is not good. Brandon lining him up. Went for the lariat. Big kick right to the gut. Serpico went for the drop kick. Brandon swatting him out of the sky. Oh man, this is an incredible match. Look at the strength of Serpico. Absolutely incredible. Incredible strength, and another springboard moonsault to Cuevas. Down he remains. Serpico going up to the top turnbuckle. Wait a minute. Double rotation moonsault by Serpico, and he is not done. He should have went for the cover. That may have been a rookie mistake. Look at this. Oh, exploder suplex. Serpico in firm control. These fans are firmly behind both of these athletes. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God, what a brain buster. It took all the strength that Serpico had, and he's still not done. Springboard 450 splash. Springboard 450 splash by Serpico. 2, and no, Brandon kicks out again. Serpico has to be wondering, what is it going to take to put this man out of his misery? Serpico looking for that brain buster again. Oh no, he's not. Oh Jesus! That cradle-like DDT, dropping Brandon on his head. Brandon countering whatever Serpico was going for in a nasty clothesline. Jesus. And Serpico rolling out now. Brandon is feeling it. Oh, wait a minute. Brandon's going up now. Brandon! Oh my God! Diving clothesline by Brandon Cuevas. Serpico is down. And now Brandon picking Serpico up, getting him back in the ring. Again, you gotta believe Gregory McKenzie, the man who will be facing the winner of this matchup, is watching fairly closely. All of Mutiny Mafia better be watching both of these superstars as they put on a clinic in this matchup. And now Brandon lining up for something. Oh no. Got him goozled. What goes up must come down. There's the choke slam. That's it. Oh, but Brandon going for something else. This is Brandon's first match in ROV as well as Serpico's, but so far both of these men are impressing the hell out of me in a drop kick, and that may have cut Brandon open pretty bad. The heel of Serpico's boot cut Brandon open. Serpico lining up for something. Oh my God! That man may be dead. European uppercut. European uppercut by Brandon on Serpico, and a big lariat. Oh, and Brandon's bleeding heavily. But that lariat could do it. And it is over. Brandon Cuevas moves on to the next round of the Openweight Championship Tournament. Yeah, this man is 1-0 officially here in ROV. Serpico suffering a loss. Take nothing away from either of these men. They put on a hell of a show. Brandon fought his heart out, repping the 5 Fingers of Death, and more importantly, he's moving on to face a member of the Mutiny Mafia in Greg McKenzie next episode. You gotta believe that that's gonna be a good one, and Serpico getting back in the ring. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Brandon giving him a look of respect.
You know what needs to be done. Do not fail me.
Do not fail him? What does Serpico... What is he talking about? There's got to be some backstory behind this. I guess these two know each other some kind of way? Serpico's saying Brandon knows what needs to be done and he shouldn't fail him. I don't know what the hell that's referencing, but nevertheless, Brandon moves on to the next round with a win in his back pocket, and he's one step closer to becoming the inaugural Ring of Valiance Openweight Champion. Oh, baby! And if there's anybody that's one step closer to anything, it's this woman, one step closer to getting revenge on her younger sister. Here comes Alessia Knight. Oh, she's decked out in the red, the old school Alessia Knight red. Yeah, this woman has been through hell the last few years in ROV. More specifically, though, in the last year alone, she has been through quite the amount of hell, no pun intended, with her sister Aubrey Williams. Remember, back at ROVX, Alessia was in a triple threat Hell in a Cell match that involved her other sister Narcissa Knight and Penny Shaw, who is Aubrey's little plaything, I guess you could say, where the winner would either get Penny's share of ownership or cause their sibling to leave ROV. Penny Shaw won that matchup by pinning this woman, Alessia Knight, who hasn't been seen since Seattle. And I'm just curious as to what Alessia has to say in regards to all of this. I'm glad she's okay, but let's hear what she has to say, ladies and gentlemen. This ought to be good.
Things have indeed changed quite a lot since you last saw me. I mean, the tag team titles are vacant, Mutiny Mafia is running rampant, and my half-uncle is seeking revenge on my father. But those are not my topics of discussion for the evening, because you all saw what happened at ROVX when Narcissa got dropped on the back of her head off the cell, and I got dropped on my face through the top of it to the mat below before getting beaten. Now, while dearest sister Aubrey will indeed be dealt with personally, I want to speak to the woman who thinks Aubrey loves her naive ass to bits. So Penny Shaw, get out here right now, because you are in dire need of a reality check.
Well, Alessia Knight is saying Penny is in dire need of a reality check, and to be honest, I feel the same exact way. I don't think Penny is cluing herself into the fact that I don't think Aubrey really cares about her as much as she likes to believe.
I seriously hope you don't have me out here to do anything except congratulate me for beating you in that cell. Because if you have me out here for what I think you have me out here for, then let me give you a damn reminder. We already had this discussion, Knight. I told you already. Mistress Aubrey loves me, and I love her. The two of us are inseparable and will never be broken apart. So if you don't want to get dropped on your head like you did in Seattle, I advise you to not even fix your mouth up to say that Mistress doesn't care for me. Penny, honey, if your mistress so-called loves and cares for you, then when was the last time you two were even seen in public together? When was the last time you two romantically kissed? When was the last time you two made love and meant it? Ooh, here's a better one. Why is it that when Zaya Steele broke your damn nose, it took Aubrey forever to come to your rescue? Face it, Sean. Aubrey doesn't care for you. She only uses people for her convenience and then throws them away when they're of no use to her. And how do I know? Because she did it to me in that asylum! You're a goddamn liar, Alessia Knight. How dare you lie on Mistress Aubrey's name? You will be punished soon enough for spinning this mendacious narrative about your own damn family. You know what? Screw it. You're gonna have a match at Uncivil War. And here's the kicker, Alessia. Here's the kicker. If you win, you will be fired. But when you lose, you will apologize for lying on Mistress Aubrey's name, and you will like it. Just like I know that in every sense of the phrase, your disgusting whore ass likes being punished.
Okay, first of all, putting this woman in a no-win situation is absolutely unnecessary. But to... Penny is honestly naive to Aubrey's intentions, I will say that much. Hopefully this woman realizes one day that Aubrey isn't as genuine as she likes to believe. And hopefully Alessia Knight doesn't suffer any consequences from this, even though that Penny has put her in a no-win situation. And, oh man. That's the man that's been looking for Gunther all these months.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? 35 years to be exact. Father, I know exactly why you are here after all these years, and I know exactly what's going to exit your mouth. Gunther will meet his end soon enough. Father, for over a quarter century as you moved from institution to institution, you have said those exact words. Since Fern and I were children, making Gunther suffer is all you've spoken about. You spake these words and have not acted upon them for so long that it begs the question of why now. Salem, for 35 years of my life because of him, I was placed in mental institutions I had no business being in. He saw me being around as a roadblock to the eventual abuse and murders of all but one of his wives, that of course being your Aunt Frida. She had her eye extracted from her head by Gunther himself, on top of all the sickening things he did to the rest of his kids, as well as you and Fern. For decades he has tried to lead a cult to follow him in his masochistically evangelistic ways. And I know the only thing stopping him was me. I know I've arrived far too late to stop Gunther from realizing his sick dream, but I know one thing. He cannot stop me from sacrificing him now. I've waited 35 years for this period in time to come. What Gunther doesn't realize is that he has waited that long as well. And for the wives he killed, and the one wife he couldn't, as well as you and all the kids he hurt and assaulted of his, I will personally ensure that he meets his end, all in due time.
I think Siphon has made his intentions very clear. He wants Gunther Albrecht's head. Speaking of wanting somebody's head, I'm pretty sure that Ryan Stone wants this man's head after what happened at ROVX. Remember, Garfield Wentworth, as well as Shannon Silvera and Everett Creed, are no longer with ROV due to contractual obligations with SWW, and we wish them well, of course. But Garfield Wentworth is the reason why this man still has the opportunity to keep his damn commentary position any and everywhere he goes, and he's the reason why Ryan Stone cannot commentate anywhere ever again, and it absolutely makes me sick to know that we will have to hear this man's mouth for the rest of our natural-born days. Absolutely sickening.
Be careful what you wish for. because you just might get it. That's how the old saying has gone for centuries, and it's as old as dirt. Well, apparently, Ryan Stone didn't get that memo, and he didn't realize that I am always one step ahead. Ryan failed to comprehend that I am, was, and always will be smarter than him, his boyfriend, and his crooked cop best friend, who should have arrested him for attempted murder. Yes, folks, attempted murder. Thankfully, Jaden Shadow has survived his wounds and he will be making an amazing recovery. Now, while he isn't with this company anymore due to contractual obligations with SWW, I want to personally thank Mr. Garfield Wentworth for assisting me in ridding the world of that nail-on-chalkboard voice-having prick Ryan Stone once and for all. So, Mr. Vale, if you're watching, which, to be honest, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't, because this place is an organised shithole circus, I would like to make a formal request to you, for you to make Garfield the biggest star possible, championships and all.
Oh, please. Mr. Vale, if you're watching, please don't do that. And look at this! Oh, for the love of God, this idiot is dancing around the ring. The disrespect by Tom Jerkin.
Now, with that all said, another soldier in the Mafia ranks was screwed out of his championship at ROVX by Deshaun Walton. But thanks to the sheer intelligence of Tom Doyle, not only was that rectified and the champion got his property back, but Walton is a non-factor in this new era of Ring of Valiance wrestling. If anything, that man is nothing more than an ass-kissing bum who rides the coattails of old relics from yesteryear. But you know who isn't? You know who is a free-thinking man who makes smart choices? The man who I have a special gift for, which he rightfully deserves. The Jacanamex champion, Donnie Octave.
Here comes the Jacanamex champion, Donnie Octave, and Tom Jerkin apparently has a gift for the two-time champion, and there he is now. And of course, he's one of the high-ranking soldiers in the Mutiny Mafia, a group that quite frankly makes me sick.
Now, Donnie, I know that your contract is almost up here in ROV, and truthfully, I genuinely will miss having you here. Your talents are far too good for a shithole like this, which is why I'm glad VTW is reopening its doors soon, so that way you can use a platform that you can shine on like you were meant to. To circle back to why I have you out here is simple. You are the two-time ROV Jacanamex champion, or however the hell you pronounce the championship, the name which has absolutely zero prestige to it. So it is my honour and privilege to announce that you are the last Jacanamex champion. So do us all a favour and get rid of that ugly thing, for I have something for you of a much more esteemed nature.
Oh my God, the absolute disrespect by Jerkin and by Octave, dropping the Jacanamex championship on the floor. You would think that the Mutiny Mafia wouldn't stoop to new lows to try to disrespect and take over this place, but you never know how many steps ahead that they're going to remain, and Jerkin now looking under the ring for something. Apparently the gift that he has for Donnie is under there, and well, that's a pretty good looking championship belt right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is mine, as well as the Mutiny Mafia's honour and privilege, to present to you the first ever Ring of Valiance heirloom champion, Donnie Octave.
Well, Donnie didn't beat anybody to earn that new championship, but regardless, Donnie Octave is the first ever Ring of Valiance heirloom champion. And despite him being a member of the Mutiny Mafia, I know he'll defend that title proudly. Or disrespectfully, judging by how he snatched the title from Kenji Yamamoto. I guess congratulations are definitely in order for Donnie Octave.
I choose to stay silent in certain regards. Not because of those who parade around as overgrown children masquerading as adults and celebrate the fact that they got blocked on social media by somebody who doesn't care for their stagnant, insignificant, and dormant lives. No, I choose to stay silent because I know if I don't, I'll go too far. I know if I don't, I'll give the parasites exactly what they want. I'll give the reprobates and degenerates the fuel they need to take me out. See, the problem here is, in this situation, the reprobates and degenerates have no idea what kind of power God truly wields. They truly have no idea the kind of potency that God possesses. See, the juvenile tactics of the many only further blesses the few, and it's depressing. It's depressing because the overgrown children masquerading as adults don't understand why people operate a certain way. Why people concoct the diegesis that they do in the way that they do. See, it's like this. Spinning false narratives about people without gathering all the facts to back up those narratives is what juveniles do. Here's the thing that the reprobates and degenerates don't realize. God never spins a false narrative. God almost always has all the facts needed to tell the correct story without leaving anything out. God has always been in control ever since this industry's inception. And when the rats and vermin and cockroaches of the world are trapped in a corner, that's when they supposedly feel they're most dangerous and lash out at their opposition because their opposition is gaining on them, is hot on their heels. That's when the degenerates and reprobates try to use God's practices to their advantage. That's when they try to shoot on or expose or reveal dark things about people, not realizing that God is the master of shooting. Not realizing that God is the expert of exposing. Not realizing that God is the specialist of revelation. You have to understand the kind of beast that you're dealing with. You have to understand that you can't, to quote a very wise man, put the gun to God's head without consequences bestowing themselves upon you. There's always a reaction for every action, be it physical or verbal. God made a promise to a very talented, very gifted, very skilled young Armenian man that he wouldn't react to such degeneracy and reprobation from juvenile overgrown children masquerading as adults who parade around the fact that they got blocked on social media by people who don't necessarily care for their insignificant, stagnant, and stale lives of obsolescence. God tried taking the high road, but alas, buttons keep getting pushed. God doesn't want to punish, but God will have no choice but to punish if further unwarranted attacks ensue. In closing, I'll ask you this, and I'll leave this question up to the primitively feeble-minded degenerates and reprobates to answer amongst themselves. What happens when there's nothing left? What happens when everything just disappears? What happens when everything you worked so hard to build gets taken away from you? What happens when everything fades away because the degenerates and reprobates don't know when to leave well enough alone and don't know when to say when? Do things get expunged, eradicated, erased from history? Or do things finally become peaceful and serene? Do things finally become civil? Do the degenerates and reprobates finally realize that maturity and growth is the key to all-around success and not juvenile and childishly idle threats by the relics of yesteryear and the wannabes of today and tomorrow? The answer to those questions will be left up to those who have no idea the kind of power God wields. God made you. God can break you, and if he breaks you, you will be made humble. Then you will fade away and become nothing more than a distant memory. It's only a matter of time. But like a wise man once said, no matter where the time is told, in the end, everybody pays the toll. And if further issue is pressed, if further conflict ensues, the degenerates and reprobates will pay the toll. Even if it means that underhanded and unprecedented tactics need to be taken. but they won't be taken at this moment. So long as the Reprobates and DeGenerates know their place. So long as they know that we don't want war. But it matters not what we do about what happens on the outside, though, but rather what happens on the inside. And I can see that what's happening on the inside of this place is being caused by the admittedly intelligent mind of Tom Doyle. His plan of action is near perfect. But there's one flaw. Just one flaw, Doyle. You, just like the DeGenerates and Reprobates of the world, were able to put me down. But what you did not, could not, and will not do is keep me down. I'm still here, Doyle, and I'll be watching from everywhere. Don't call this a warning. This is a war.
Honestly, guys, I do not know what to make of what Prez of the band Bloodline just said, but he's definitely got some kind of plan to get the Mutiny Mafia out of power around here, and really, if I were Tom Doyle, I'd be watching my back. If I were the Mutiny Mafia, I'd be running for the hills because Prez sounds serious. But in the meantime, it's time for some women's action. Some she-wolves action, I should say. Here comes the debuting Candy Vega. Not too much is known about Candy Vega. All I do know is that she's one of the young rising stars of the industry, and she is definitely looking to make a name for herself here tonight on Ring of Valiance Wrestling Episode 12. This young lady has definitely got an edgy side to her, that one thing is for sure. But you gotta wonder if she's gonna be able to hold her own against her opponent tonight. And she's definitely not a slouch in the athleticism department. Then again, with how many women we have on this roster, with the kind of women we have on this roster, any and all possibilities are unpredictable at best. Shocking things have happened in ROV before, and there's no telling how many more shocking moments we're going to have. Candy looks like she can hold her own, but with her opponent tonight, I don't know if Candy's going to walk out of this one with a win. But like I said, stranger things have happened, more shocking things have happened in this company. Here comes Polish Power herself. 6'2", 210 pounds from Warsaw, Poland. Here comes Olga Markowski. Look at the physique on this woman. She is absolutely ripped. Remember, she is in the middle of a heated rivalry with Mandy Herrera that all started over Virgil Snow, but since Mandy and Virgil split, it's now been all a matter of respect between Markowski and Herrera. And you gotta believe that the latter is of course watching her opponent for uncivil war, scouting her. Olga making her way around the ring. If I were Candy, I'd run for the hills right now. You see Kenji Yamamoto backing off. Yeah, Candy backed off when Olga walked past her. Olga is looking as serious as a damn heart attack, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the intensity of Markowski's eyes. I don't really know what to say for Candy except good luck, because she is going to need it. Yamamoto rings the bell. This matchup is officially underway. Vega versus Markowski. Vega telling her to bring it, and boy did she ever bring it with that clothesline. One thing you do not want to do is taunt Olga. Look at the athleticism, leapfrog. Oh, but Candy firing back with a kick to the gut. Candy off the ropes now, went for the drop kick. Markowski with another clothesline. Jesus. One thing you do not want to do is piss this woman off. I should know. I once pissed her off in the catering area. Oh, God, a back suplex right on the arm. And she nearly ripped my damn head off for eating one of her damn donuts. I was hungry. I couldn't help it. Oh, a gut-wrench power bomb. Like I said, this woman is absolutely scary strong, scary intense. And Olga Markowski, oh, a backbreaker. You gotta believe that this will heighten these women's chances of going after the She-Wolves Championship in the future. Olga has been a part of this company basically since the very beginning, and a reverse Alabama slam. And the one thing that has eluded Olga thus far is the Ring of Valiance She-Wolf Championship, which is currently being held by Cody Hale, who will be defending against Spring Tigress later tonight. Spring Tigress earned her opportunity. Down goes Olga. She earned her opportunity at ROVX to become #1 contender. Oh, God! Vega hitting the ground hard, and she's about to hit it even harder. Belly-to-belly suplex by Markowski. And these fans are absolutely loving the superhuman strength that Olga possesses. Looking for a powerbomb now. Yamamoto at a count of 4. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God! And as we have said, Ring of Valiance since ROVX has gone back to 10 counts outside of the ring. Olga putting Candy back in the ring, gets back in herself. Vega now back up on her feet. Olga looking for another power bomb. Oh no, pile driver by Markowski. I thought she was going to go for a power bomb there. Like I said, shocking moments in this company happen all the time, including something like this. Markowski's in trouble. Yamamoto in position. No. A kick out at 1. Candy off the ropes, huge drop kick. Vega now starting to mount some offense here. Big chop. Vega showing she is not afraid of Markowski. Olga is also an MMA standout. Oh, Jesus Christ. And she should have known that knee was coming if she's an MMA standout. Vega on the top. Moonsault countered by Olga. And Olga now off the ropes. Huge kick right to the face. Vega is down. That's ball game. Call the fat lady, tell her to sing. This one is over. Olga Markowski establishing dominance. Take nothing away from Candy Vega. She gave it everything she had. But in the end, it was just too much power and too much speed for her to handle in regards to Olga Markowski. And Mandy Herrera had better been watching, because her opponent for Uncivil War is on a war path, no pun intended. Congratulations are in order for Miss Markowski. You gotta wonder what the next step is for her. Olga celebrating here on the stage. Congratulations are in order. And wait a minute, behind you, Olga, damn it! Mandy Herrera with a sneak attack, kneeing Olga right in her spine. Olga is down on a knee. Oh no, come on, Mandy, don't do this. Oh no. Oh, for the love of God. The F5 on the damn ramp. F5 on the ramp to Olga. Olga is down. She looks hurt. Mandy with that damn F5 that she learned from her ex-husband, Virgil Snow. And I guess she's taking a shot at him as well. And look at this. Oh, kicking Olga right in the face. Absolutely disgusting attack by Herrera, but she knows that she's going to have to make a statement at Olga's expense, and boy, did she ever do that. Somebody get some help out here for Olga. She is out cold.
Oh, dear God. Somebody help. Somebody help. My son has been assaulted. Somebody give him some help right now.
Wait, Gunner running to get some help, and oh no! Oh my God, no, Stuffins has been assaulted in the locker room. Somebody get some help back there for him right away, please. He looks hurt. What the hell is going on here tonight with all these damn sneak attacks? Jesus freaking Christ. it's never a dull moment here in Ring of Valiance. But here we go with the final first round matchup in the Openweight Championship Tournament. Here comes the debuting Corvo Jack, who coincidentally enough is one of Stuffins' old rivals from back in VTW. You gotta wonder if Corvo and Stuffins are ever gonna face off again. And my money is betting on the affirmative. But somebody get some help back there for Stuffins, please. Make sure that he's okay. Corvo is, of course, hailing from the country of France. He is well beloved by many American fans. And believe me, him being a VTW superstar, with VTW opening its doors soon, you got to believe that Corvo is definitely going to head back over there and ply his trade there to get his name out just a little bit more. And you gotta believe that his opponent tonight is gonna want to go back to VTW to reclaim the championship that he never really lost in the first place. These fans love themselves some Corvo Jack. I'm excited to see what this young man can do. And I'm sure the world is watching. The spotlight is on these men and women here in ROV. Here comes Alex King, the former VTW Global Heavyweight Champion, a former SWW Superstar, former Unite Superstar, and of course a former Vendetta Wrestling Superstar. He says Vendetta Wrestling will come back soon enough, but right now AK has to focus on the Openweight Championship. And also keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that this man, as good of a wrestler as he is, he's also a very violent son of a bitch, a very conniving and unforgiving and cutthroat son of a bitch. Remember, back at ROVX, he attacked Shere Khan after his announcement that he had to go away to get open heart surgery to fix his enlarged heart problem. From what I understand, Shere Khan is okay and he pulled through, but he's definitely going to want revenge on Alex King after that heinous assault back in Seattle. Yeah, you see the word empathy across the mask of Alex King, and at ROVX, he exhibited the polar opposite of empathy for Shere Khan. And you also have to believe that Shere Khan's half-sister, Penny Shaw, is definitely looking to get some kind of revenge on him as well to protect her family. But at the same time, Penny also has her own issues to deal with Aubrey Williams and the Knights. Speaking of the Knights, we still haven't seen Narcissa since Aubrey powerbombed her off the top of the cell. And Narcissa landed on the back of her head. She may have broken her neck. We have not seen or heard from Narcissa since that night. Look at this man, Alex King. I don't know whether he's sick or deranged or something, but the Shangri-La district of Chicago, Illinois can do a lot to a man. I'll say that much right now. Uncivil War is just around the corner. We're going to the 313, which I'm sure is Mandy Herrera's favorite place in the world, Detroit, Michigan. And Corvo and Alex are staring each other down. Corvo's ready for it. Ready for a fight, and wait a minute! Oh boy! Here comes Shere Khan. The fans are on their feet, and Shere Khan is not a happy camper. He hasn't been seen since ROVX. He's staring a hole right through Alex King, and look at the scar on Shere Khan's chest from that open heart surgery back in October. And AK just challenging Shere Khan to get into the ring. And Shere Khan just looking at him like he's a dead man. AK is definitely a dead man walking after what he did to Shere Khan, but Alex better pay attention. The bell rings, and Corvo with a neck breaker to King. Raking the eyes of King now. Corvo taking full advantage. Big knee drop. Big knee drop by Corvo Jack. Many people like to call him the French Riviera. In the corner goes King. A beautiful kick. Beautiful kick by Corvo Jack. And now Corvo just stomping away as Shere Khan watches on the ramp. Corvo now going up to the top turnbuckle. King rolls out of the ring. Corvo off the top, went for the double stomp. Oh man! Oh, he may have hurt his leg badly on that landing. And now Alex gonna take full advantage. Alex King gonna take full advantage. And look at this nasty knee right to the side of Corvo's head. Alex King, ever the flamboyant type. The last time I remember seeing him in action was about a year ago at SWW Dead Man's Hand against Yuri Huntron, and a diamond cutter by Alex King. Oh, and a disrespectful cartwheel over the body of Corvo Jack. And now a drop toe hold. Alex King is ever the savvy wrestler, that is for sure. And now look at this. Oh, driving the knees right into the lower back. Manipulating the leg so that Corvo couldn't escape. And now look at this. Tequila Sunrise half crab submission. Oh, and look at the aggression in AK's face. Look at the torque on this submission hold. Corvo's got to try to find a way out of this. And look at the agony. Kenji Yamamoto asking Corvo if he wants to give up. Corvo's not going to give up this early into the matchup, is he? Oh, and Corvo, no he's not. Kicking away. Alex King has to release the hold. Corvo in control. Beautiful drop kick. And Corvo letting the crowd know he's got this one in control, but he cannot take his eyes off King for a second. And look at this. DDT on the apron, shades of what Serpico did earlier. Remember, the winner of this matchup faces Lars Wild in the second round of the Openweight Championship Tournament next episode. These fans live here in the arena here tonight, they are definitely loving all the action that they have seen. Of course, the sneak attacks notwithstanding. Oh, and look at this. Gator roll here. Gator roll by Corvo into a crossface. Yeah, Corvo letting it be known that Alex King is not going to take advantage of him by any means. Corvo throwing him off the ropes. Leapfrog. Drop down. Big drop kick. No. King. Oh, Jesus, a nasty kick. Nasty kick, and look at the flexibility of King. A split leg drop. That's one thing that always impresses me about Alex King is his flexibility. But the one thing that disgusts me is his damn arrogance. And look at the cover. 1, 2, and Corvo kicks out. I remember that violent matchup back at E-Fed Mania last summer that King had with James Mendoza. Mendoza is one of the more violent wrestlers of the industry. Corvo went for a lariat, gets kicked right in the gut. King now off the ropes. Big knee right to the face, a nasty shot. Nasty shot by King. And now Alex firmly in control. Oh, look at this. Oh, God, driving his head into the second turnbuckle. And again, the arrogance of Alex King on display. And keep in mind, Alex King never really got his rematch. 1, 2, no, kick out by Corvo. Alex King never got his rematch for the Universal Championship when Virgil Snow beat him for it. So you're going to have to believe that Alex King also has that on his mind. Oh, went for the knee again. This time Corvo moved out of the way. Snapmare. Corvo off the ropes. Neck breaker by Corvo. Corvo now on the second turnbuckle. Beautiful moonsault by Corvo Jack. Yamamoto in position and only gets a 2 count. King barely getting the shoulder up in time. You gotta believe Shere Khan is rooting for Corvo Jack. And look at this cross arm breaker. This beautiful cross arm breaker by the French Riviera, Corvo Jack. Against the strangest person I have ever met in my life, in Alex King. Then again, I'm pretty sure Lips and Stitches could give this man a run for his money. I'm pretty sure Alex King likes to do something strange for a little piece of change, just like Lips and Stitches, but that's neither here nor there. And look at this, Lion Tamer out of the drop toe hold. King driving the knee into the back of Corvo's head. Corvo is in deep trouble and King letting go. Lost the grip a little bit, but it also looks like he kind of wants to administer more punishment. Then again, King is the type that likes to be punished in some form or fashion. Corvo now taking advantage. Look at this beautiful neck breaker. And the fans are on their feet for Corvo Jack. Corvo looking to finish it here. Oh, went for the drop kick. King moved out of the way. Double ear slap. Double ear slap by King into the last chancery submission hold. Oh, and look at the agony on Corvo. Look at the torque on this. Look at the bridge. Yamamoto wants to know if Corvo's going to give up. And Corvo doesn't want to give up an opportunity to be the open weight champion. King's got this submission locked in fairly tight. What is Corvo gonna do? Man, this submission's been in for at least 30 seconds, if not longer. The strength of King's neck is absolutely incredible in that bridge, but Corvo finds a way out. Corvo Jack finds a way out. He goes off the ropes. Big drop kick to King. And now Corvo's lining King up. King is in the corner. Big face wash boot, my God. Big face wash boot by Corvo Jack. King is out of it here. Corvo telling King to get up. Huge Hurricane Rana off the top. That could be it right there. Yamamoto in position again. 2, and no. Corvo, oh, a nasty kick right to the face. Nasty kick right to the face, and remember, Shere Khan is standing on the ramp watching this entire matchup. Not, oh God! Corvo went for the forearm, and look at the arrogance again, doing the damn shmoney dance. Yeah, Bobby Shmurda may have just gotten out of jail, but there's no reason for that. King throwing Corvo over the top. Shere Khan is obviously not watching to see who advances. He's watching because he wants his revenge on Alex King, and what the hell is this man doing? Oh my, look at this. Tying the arms behind the back, making the shoulder blades touch. And, oh, a nasty kick to the head. Nasty kick to the head. AK now up on the top turnbuckle. Corvo struggling to get to his feet. King, look at this. Oh, Jesus Christ. A nasty drop kick. Nasty drop kick right to the face of Corvo. Both men hitting hard. I don't know how King is standing up. He took the worst of that fall. Now King putting Corvo Jack back into the ring. Corvo is down. He's going to want to be careful. AK lining him up for something here. Look at the sick look in that man's eyes, and a kick to the back of the head. That has to be it. That absolutely has to be it, but he wants more. Went for the chancery. Corvo countered. Kicks him right in the leg. And a Shining Wizard. Shining Wizard to Alex King. And he's not done. He wants to do more damage to AK. Kick to the shin again. And another Shining Wizard which busts AK open. Corvo Jack is on a roll. Can he put Alex King away? Oh, and a third one. Third Shining Wizard right on the money. 2. And Corvo Jack advances to the next round. What an incredible finish for that young man. And you see Shere Khan looks very pleased. He gotta believe that AK had his mind on Shere Khan half the match, but nevertheless, Corvo Jack advances to the next round, and he's going to be facing the Mutiny Mafia's newest member in Lars Wild. You gotta believe that Lars was scouting that entire matchup. Corvo looking intense. He looks like he's ready to become the first ever open weight champion. Like his theme song is saying, he's a dangerous man. Corvo celebrating here. He's ready to win that title, but not if Lars Wild has anything to say about it. German suplexing Corvo on the back of his damn head. These Mutiny Mafia heinous tactics and the goddamn calf knife putting Corvo down. Oh my God. Absolutely unnecessary and heinous attack by Lars Wild and another calf knife. God, he wants to make sure that Corvo Jack doesn't even make it to next episode. Looking for a third and emphatic calf knife. Lars Wild is absolutely... I don't know what the hell is on this kid's mind. But then again, maybe I do. He's going against Corvo Jack on episode 13 in the semifinals of the Openweight Championship tournament. But considering that the man just took 3 calf knife kicks, I don't even think Corvo's going to be able to make it to next episode to face Lars. He may end up having to deal with Samantha Sharp too. Absolutely disgusting attack, and Corvo is down, but he better be ready for Lars Wild next episode, because next episode Lars is not going to have anywhere to hide. Absolutely heinous attack on the part of Wild. These fans are not happy about it, but what's done is done, and the message was sent, sealed, and delivered. And speaking of messages being sent, sealed, and delivered, here comes the woman who assaulted part owner Shantae Sparks back at ROVX. This woman's name is Honey C. This young woman is a part of the Total Superstars reality show. If you want to check it out, the link will be in the description of this video. But Honey C, with an unnecessitated attack on Shantae back in Seattle, you gotta wonder what Shantae has been thinking from October to now. Look at the confidence yet arrogance on this young woman's face. She looks like she can get things done in the ring, and I can only assume that she's out here to explain why she did what she did to Shantae. These fans are not liking this woman one bit. They all love Shantae Sparks, and they want to see Shantae get her revenge on Honey. A beautiful young woman is Honey C, but an arrogant and heinously vicious bitch is what she is. Oh, and speaking of heinously vicious, Shantae Sparks is back. Honey better turn around. Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ, an attack with the bat. Honey deserves every bit of this beatdown. Honey C deserves every single bit of this beatdown from Shantae Sparks. Oh, and she's gonna get every ounce of comeuppance. Spine buster. Beautiful spine buster by Shantae Sparks. And Honey is in deep trouble. Oh no. Oh, a capture back suplex by Shantae. And the part owner is going up, pointing Honey out. And the 630. Decked out in suit attire and all is Shantae Sparks. She is not messing around. Shantae getting a measure of revenge on Honey C here tonight. Live here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Uncivil War is around the corner, and you gotta believe that Shantae and Honey will be going at it at that event. But Shantae happy with the measure of revenge that she got tonight. But ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the She-Wolves Championship match. And these fans are justifiably booing the hell out of Spring Tigress. There was an incident involving Spring Tigress recently involving bullying and falsifying something. I don't really know all the details, but one thing I do know is that the Wicked Syndicate are the most hated people in all of professional wrestling today. They may have been getting loud cheers at ROVX, but it's a whole new scene and a whole new vibe here tonight on episode 12 here in Salt Lake City. Gotta believe some of the Utah Jazz members of that basketball team are in the skybox watching this. Spring Tigress is definitely an awesome wrestler, but a pretty shitty person, especially according to Hit Kid Worldwide. One of the greatest commentators that this industry has ever seen. And here comes one of the greatest women's wrestlers that this industry has ever seen. The She-Wolves champion, Cody Hale. Recently at SWW Sinister Intent, Cody unfortunately lost to Ashba in a shred and tear match, which really, in all honesty, was more of a fight than it was the typical cat fight. And big ups to Cody for stepping out of her comfort zone and getting some measure of revenge on Ashba. You better believe that those two are going to butt heads and lock horns soon enough once again. But now Cody has to worry about defending the She-Wolf Championship against Spring Tigress. Remember, on the last episode of She-Wolf's Underground, the Mutiny Mafia was the talk of the town as Samantha Sharp was attacked by Cody Hale after Cody was saving Olga Markowski from a post-match attack by Samantha. But at the very end of the show, Vixen Odelia, who was the #1 contender for that championship, attacked Cody with a baseball bat to close out the show, and Cody has had that on her mind ever since. Cody is definitely one of the more deserving talents in this industry, and I hope she goes on to do greater things as her career rolls on. The cyberpunk is in full effect here tonight. Gotta believe Spring Tigress has been studying Cody's tapes. Cody is definitely not one to mess around with. This here is for the She-Wolves Championship of Ring of Valiance Wrestling. Referee Kenji Yamamoto is going to be officiating this one. Spring Tigress ready for action. Again, these fans do not like Tigress, and justifiably so, but these fans absolutely adore and love Cody Hale. Look at her bouncing around, ready to get out of the gate, ready to go here. Ready to defend her crown, the She-Wolf Championship. Cody is ready. We here in ROV are ready, the fans are ready, the fans watching at home are ready to see what should be a classic championship matchup. Spring Tigress challenging Kenji Yamamoto, holding the title over his head, letting it be known what this match is all about. Spring Tigress the challenger, Cody Hale the champion. Kenji Yamamoto the referee. This matchup is officially underway. This is the She-Wolf Championship match. Tigress and Cody for the belt. Collar and elbow tie-up. Side headlock. Key lock now by Hale. As we all know, Cody Hale got a measure of revenge on Vixen Odelia last episode when she jumped her backstage after that Mutiny Mafia assault at ROVX. Tigress now with a cross armbar here, or Fujiwara rather. Pretty much a stalemate between Tigress and Cody. Tigress backing up, giving Cody some room. Yeah, Tigress may still respect the sport, but as far as her peers in the industry, forget about it. Snapmare by Cody out of the waistlock. Wrenching Tigress's neck here. Oh, and Tigress transitioning into a key lock and a knee right to the gut. Hale now with a side headlock. Hale with a side headlock takeover. And wrenching the neck again. Tigress now grapevining her legs around Cody's neck. Trying to cut off the oxygen to the brain. And another stalemate. Another stalemate between these women. Tigress went for a drop kick. Cody now off the ropes. And a DDT by Tigress. Big DDT by Tigress. This one could be over early. Spring Tigress looking for something. Cody counters. Hits a spinning heel kick. Cody now jumping to the apron. Going for a springboard and Tigress countering. Huge sidestepping maneuver. Cody made a big mistake there. Cody doesn't usually make too many of those. Oh, and look at this. Muda lock here by Tigress. Spring Tigress with the Muda lock. Cody's got nowhere to go. She's in the center of the ring. Kenji Yamamoto asking her if she wants to give up. And look at this. The bridging on this is absolutely incredible. Shades of Alex King's bridging on the Chancery hold earlier. What's Cody gonna do? She's hanging on for dear life. And Cody escaping the submission hold. Absolutely incredible escape there by Cody, who hits a drop kick. Remember, Cody has been in the ring with ladies such as Eve Heron. Hold on! Oh, Jesus! Cody was looking for a barrel roll off the top, and Tigress saw it coming. Cody has been in the ring with the likes of Eve Heron, Tesla Vendetta, Yana Doyle, Vixen Odelia, and of course the most recent, probably the most legendary name in Ashba, back at Sinister Intent not too long ago. And these arm drags dragging Tigress around the ring, and a big drop kick. You gotta believe that Ashba is keeping a close eye on her rival everywhere she goes. Referee is at a count of 7 here. Tigress up on her feet, and another barrel roll, and oh God! Cody landing right on the back of her head. These women, the superstars here in ROV, love to take high-risk maneuvers. But if you go to the well one too many times, you may end up hurting yourself, and Cody almost did right there. Thankfully, she's back up and okay. And now, Cody looks like she's trying to one-up Alex King from earlier with the Tequila Sunrise submission. Yamamoto now asking Spring Tigress if she wants to give it up. Cody's got the submission locked in tight here. The arrogance of a lot of the superstars here on ROV is just higher than Snoop Dogg. But Cody is the least arrogant person I have ever met in my life. She is so humble, so respectful to her peers in the industry, so respectful to the veterans, always picking people's brains, asking for advice. Oh, she's going to need advice on how to not get kicked in the face. Tigress just escaped that Tequila Sunrise submission hold. Another arm drag by Hale. Hale off the ropes. Went for the drop kick. Tigress counters. Went for the Enziguri. Cody counters. And Tigress with a nasty elbow. Enziguri. Cody counters again. Tigress thrown off the ropes. Leapfrog by Hale. Drop down by Hale. Went for the back elbow. Went for the Mayorana. Cody flipping out of it. Great athleticism. Arm drag. Big drop kick. Cody Hale is absolutely incredible in the ring. One of the best female wrestlers I've ever seen. I would personally one day love to see her do battle with Tesla Vendetta, busting out moves like that huge frog splash. Hell, if there were intergender matches allowed in this industry, I would love to see Cody Hale go one-on-one with Shannon Silvera at some point. Cody back up on the top turnbuckle. Probably going to look for that frog splash again. Oh, no. Oh, went for the Dragon Rana, got caught in a power bomb. Tigress saw the frog splash come in, changed direction for Hale, and Hale paid for it dearly with that power bomb out of the Dragon Rana. Tigress now off the top, takes a power bomb of her own. And Cody Hale calling for it. Oh, look at this. Hale with the Hurricane Rana into the ropes. You know what this means. No pun intended. Tiger feint kick into the lightning bomb. Lightning bomb to Spring Tigress. Cody Hale could retain right here too. It is over. Cody Hale with an incredible title defense against Spring Tigress. She remains the ROV She-Wolves champion. Absolutely incredible title defense for Cody Hale. The fans are loving it. I'm loving it. Spring Tigress, despite the kind of person they are on the outside of the industry, take nothing away from the athletic ability. Cody looking down at that championship, and she knows that Vixen Odelia is watching. Vixen is the very first ROV She-Wolves champion, but quite possibly, quite arguably, Cody Hale may be the very best one that this company has ever had. And you see Tigress and Cody looking at each other, giving each other somewhat looks of respect. And personally, Cody is a better person than me for even showing any amount of respect to Tigress. Take nothing away from the athletic ability once again, but in the end, Cody Hale remains the She-Wolves champion. Tigress walking up the ramp. The fans are elated that Cody is still the champion. Whatever Spring Tigress decides to do in her career moving forward, as much as I don't like her, I wish her well. Tigress walking away with a defeat under her belt. And oh, for the love of God! Vixen Odelia of the Mutiny Mafia attacking Spring Tigress. Oh, Jesus Christ. Please somebody get out here and stop this. Where the hell is the goddamn security? Oh no. Chicken wing into the lung blower. Oh, this is absolutely disgusting. Goddamn bitch. That bitch Vixen Odelia of the Mutiny Mafia. And when there's one, there's more of them. Samantha Sharp with a baseball bat to Cody Hale. Oh my God. Samantha now softening Cody up for Vixen with that baseball bat. Absolutely disgusting. Samantha Sharp. Jesus Christ. Cody, move out of the way. Move out of the way. God damn it. A huge clothesline by Samantha, the girlfriend of Lars Wild. I swear to God, Lars needs to put this bitch in a goddamn cage. Samantha off the top. Oh my God, a nasty moonsault. 6'8", 235 pounds of pure French-Canadian ruthlessness. The tallest person in the Mutiny Mafia, and quite possibly the most dangerous. And if Vixen doesn't walk out of Uncivil War with the She-Wolves Championship, I can guarantee that at some point, Samantha Sharp will. First Eli Robledo, then Olga Markowski, now Cody Hale. Who is Samantha Sharp's next victim on her warpath of destruction? Who are the Mutiny Mafia's next victims on their warpath of destruction? And you see, speaking of the Mutiny Mafia, Donnie Octave walking out of here with his heirloom championship in that briefcase. Again, he didn't beat anybody for it, but Tom Jerkin awarded him that championship. And El Tigre de Oro attacking Donnie Octave. Remember, these two men have history dating back to episode 8 when Tigre broke his neck because of Donnie Octave, and back at ROVX when Octave attacked Tigre backstage. So Tigre's getting a measure of payback here. El Tigre de Oro is not a happy camper. Oh no, and now he's got Donnie's briefcase with the heirloom championship inside, busting him over the head. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian King. If you're just tuning in, I have never seen so much violence in one wrestling show in all my time in this industry. Octave getting thrown to the floor by Tigre. You gotta believe Tigre is looking to challenge Octave for that heirloom championship at some point. And look at this. Look at the strength of Tigre. Oh no. El Tigre de Oro going for that table. Huge power bomb. Through the table goes Donnie Octave. And El Tigre de Oro is the furthest thing from done. Spanish fly on the floor. El Tigre de Oro. Oh no, he's got the other chair. He's got the other chair. Tigre is not finished. Beating the hell out of Donnie Octave. Oh, for the love of God. Just beating the hell out of Octave with that chair. And Tigre just punishing Donnie Octave. Donnie is going to rue the day he ever decided to mess with El Tigre de Oro. Another Spanish fly. Tigre getting a little measure of revenge, but even he knows that this is not over. The Mutiny Mafia knows that this is not over by a long shot. Donnie Octave is down. I may not like the Mutiny Mafia, but we're going to need some help back there for Octave. Absolutely violent attack by El Tigre de Oro. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the return of the newly sober, as Damon McCarthy put it earlier, the newly sober Blake Casey, whose younger brother Stuffins, otherwise known as Eric Casey, was assaulted earlier tonight. Who by, we still do not know. But you best believe Blake and his father Gunner are going to find out who did it. And Blake Casey, I've heard that he's made quite the change in appearance to his look. There's a silhouette in the smoke here. Looks like Blake is here after all. Let's take a look at how he looks now. Well, there he is, the new and improved Blake Casey. No scars, looking all clean, brand new haircut. And his father Gunner, as you can see, is right behind him. Gunner Casey is, of course, a Southern priest, working in all the local boys and girls clubs all over Georgia and beyond. Blake Casey, as we were just informed earlier by Damon McCarthy, will be challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship on episode 14 against Mutiny Mafia member Eric DeVille. The question is, will DeVille even be able to make it to episode 13? Will he be able to make it to Uncivil War? Whoever attacked Eric earlier tonight, and I pray that it wasn't Blake Casey, but whoever attacked Eric earlier tonight just gave Blake Casey the best advantage that he could possibly get heading into episode 14 in just a few weeks. These fans are happy to see Blake clean. They're happy to see him sober. They're happy to see him, period, and so am I. Let's hear what he has to say.
Despite the fact that I'm still hesitant to being open to turning my life over to the Lord, physically and mentally I'm doing much better than I was a few months ago. I won't promise that it'll be the easiest road to full-blown sobriety, but I will say this. I will become a much better, much more compassionate man to everybody. Starting with my younger brother who was assaulted earlier on in the night. I want whoever is responsible for this to understand what they have done. Ryan Stone may have shot Jaden Shadow in the head in Seattle, and miraculously Jaden survived. But I promise you all, when I find out who hurt my brother Eric, I will personally see to it that I legitimately and literally sever your head from your damn shoulders. Because when I get my hands on whoever did this, they'll never see the light of day again.
Blake Casey making his presence known, making his words well known and heard. And wait a minute, Sierra Schreiber with a chair to the back of Gunner Casey's head. Bulldog to Blake Casey. Oh, and she spears Kenji. What the hell is going on here? What in the hell is the meaning of this? Sierra must know something that we don't, and there's Aubrey! Oh God! German suplex onto a chair! Oh my Jesus Christ! This isn't the first time Aubrey has attacked Sierra, and I doubt it'll be the last. Rapture on the chair. Oh, this young lady's neck could possibly be broken. Oh my Jesus Christ. Sierra Schreiber's neck may be very well broken. She may have a fractured skull. I still don't know what the hell that attack on Gunner was about, but what the hell is going on here? Whoa, wait a minute. Wait one goddamn minute. I know that music anywhere. Oh man, Aubrey is in trouble now. You heard the mess, you saw the message last episode. Sierra and this woman right here sent a message to Aubrey loud and clear. They may have said that they wanted to play, but we all know what in this woman's regard the word play means. And there she is, Lorelei Hagen, the former world heavyweight champion with the most menacing look on her face that I have ever seen. Just had a baby not too long ago, had to get a C-section to make sure the baby came out okay, and now Lorelei is back. Listen to these fans. Holy shit indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit indeed. The former world champion is not only out for revenge against her father, wherever he may be, but I can guarantee you she's looking for some kind of revenge on Aubrey Williams, who happens to be her younger sister. Out of all of Gunther's kids, Lorelei is the eldest daughter. And Lorelei has had enough of Aubrey's games. And here she goes, lighting Aubrey up. Lorelei off the ropes, kitchen sink. Lorelei Hagen is not fooling around here. Aubrey rolling to the outside, but Lorelei not gonna let her get away. Lorelei on top, spinning heel kick to the floor. The former world heavyweight champion has not lost a step. The former world champion has not lost one single step here. Oh no, Aubrey's in trouble. Lorelei has her up, and a sit-out powerbomb on the floor. Hagen has made her presence felt. You gotta believe that she has a lot on her mind in this situation, but for now, a small measure of revenge on her younger sister Aubrey has been taken. And there's Persephone Abramo walking down the hallway in another sneak attack, this time by her own sister Phoebe, who has not been seen since she got stomped in a pile of thumbtacks face first at ROVX. And to this day, she still has that thumbtack lodged in her eye. And oh my God. She still has that thumbtack lodged in her eye from ROVX. Oh no, what is she doing? No, Phoebe, no, spear!
You don't understand the kind of menace I can be, do you, Percy? No, I don't think you do. Look at what you, Penelope, and our whore mother did to me. I will forever be blind in my right eye thanks to you wenches. But fear not, for this is only a taste of what Penelope will feel at Uncivil War when I beat her within an inch of her life. And when I'm done with her, Percy, Mother will be slumped in the grave like she was always meant to be.
What in the world has Phoebe Abramo become? That thumbtack is lodged in her eye. She has made it well known that Penelope Abramo is the next target in the family. Absolutely heinous attack on her older triplet sister Persephone, but nevertheless, it's main event time. Zaya Steele versus the debuting Chris Falcone. Remember back on episode 11, Zaya Steele, along with Garfield Wentworth, who again is no longer with ROV, due to contractual obligations with SWW. Zaya Steele attacked Shannon Silvera and Everett Creed, who are also not with us anymore due to contractual obligations with SWW, but nevertheless, Zaya Steele is a one-man wrecking crew You could just ask Penny Shaw about that. She'll tell you personally. I mean, this man broke the woman's nose on the inaugural episode of She-Wolf's Underground, for Christ's sake. And you can bet your ass that Zahia Morgan had to have something to do with it. I wouldn't put it past Zahia if he did. I mean, hell, he bought a damn movie for $6 that wasn't even any good. Nevertheless, though, Zaya Steele is one of the premier athletes in the industry despite being associated with the Mutiny Mafia. I can guarantee you that he knows how to get the job done. He recently faced John Blackos in a high-profile matchup for one of this industry's top championships. It was a losing effort on Zaya Steele's end, but in the end, he gave it everything he had. But then again, Zaya Steele is one of the more cocky sons of bitches. And if anybody can put a stop to Zaya's cockiness, it's this young man right here, Chris Falcone. Not too much is known about Chris Falcone other than the fact that he's associated with another new superstar by the name of Owen Clark, who will be making his debut next episode. Salt Lake City has been red hot all night long. We thank you for tuning in to Ring of Valiance episode 12. The fun only has just begun. And remember, Damon McCarthy said earlier tonight that we hope and pray to God that these aren't the last episodes of Ring of Valiance Wrestling that you're going to see, because at the end of the day, the entire decision of what happens to this company once Uncivil War concludes is going to be entirely up to Deshaun Walton, despite him being banned from the company. One has to wonder what Walton and McCarthy have up their sleeves, and you can bet your ass that Tom Doyle and Tom Jerkin and the rest of the Mutiny Mafia, including Zaya Steele, are not too happy with McCarthy's decision. One has to wonder if they're going to take charge. Referee ringing the bell. This matchup is underway. These two young, strong African-American men, Zaya Steele and Chris Falcone. Oh, nice elbow by Falcone. Throwing Zaya off the ropes. Drop down. Leapfrog. Beautiful athleticism, but Zaya with a headbutt taking him down. Falcone stands about 6'8". Steele at about 6'2". And make no mistake about it, Zaya Steele, despite his stature, he is a powerhouse. Falcone now back up on his feet, and this is the powerhouse nature that I'm talking about with Steele. Absolutely incredible strength. Remember back on one of the most recent episodes of VWU Horizon, Zaya Steele and Dominic Cato tried to screw Jamal Bedlam out of the VWU Heart Gold Championship, but to no avail. Ever since then, Bedlam has been wanting revenge on Cato. And he got a measure of revenge when he screwed Cato out of the VWU Most Wanted tournament recently. Zaya Steele with a knee in the back as he applies this crossface. Referee Jeremy Ferguson here asking if Falcone wants to give up, and obviously Falcone is not going to give up anytime soon. Not to be confused with Jeremiah Ferguson. Of course, Jeremy and Jeremiah are not related in any way whatsoever. Death Valley driver. Falcone now on the second turnbuckle. Huge Harley race-like knee off the second turnbuckle. Referee in position 2, and no kick out. And this is also somewhat of a history-making moment. Two African-American men main eventing a premier show like this with an African-American man as a referee. This is absolutely a special moment for all of these men. And look at this, Zaya now with a Boston Crab, putting all of his weight on the back of Falcone. Referee asking if Chris wants to give it up. Chris is not giving up by any means. So far, he has shown that he is not a quitter. And he gets out of the Boston Crab. And he kicks Zaya Steele away. Falcone back on his feet, and now a Thez press with these straight right hands to the head. You better believe that Falcone is going to get into the thick of things with the Mutiny Mafia fairly quickly. And considering that his first test is Zaya Steele, God, what a belly-to-belly suplex. The power of Chris Falcone is absolutely inhumane. You can bet with people like Zaya Steele around, Falcone's going to have nothing but fun tearing the Mutiny Mafia limb from limb, piece by piece. Falcone now has Zaya Steele on the ropes, talking a little bit of trash, and he pays for it a little bit. Zaya countered whatever he was going for, and now, oh no. Steele, what is he doing? DDT on the apron, God. Oh, and now he's mixing it up, the freaking cockiness of this kid. He has all the nerve in the world to show up here, especially after what he did to Penny Shaw. Luckily, Penny and Olga got a measure of revenge on Steele on Horizon when they beat the ever-living hell out of him. I can guarantee that Penny and Zaya are going to have an encounter at some point down the line. Oh, a shoulder breaker. And now Zaya knocking down the referee. Absolutely unnecessary. Unnecessary attack by Zaya Steele. And now Zaya has Falcone up in a powerbomb position here. Oh no, what is he doing? Oh no. Shades of what Phoenix Nitro did to Donnie Octave at ROVX. Powerbombing Falcone into the chairs. Absolutely sickening sound as the back of Falcone's head hit the chairs, and now Zaya, oh no. Powerbomb into the post and into the floor. Absolutely sick. And the arrogance of this man. Zaya sliding back into the ring, breaking the count. And you gotta believe that, of course, Penny Shaw is also keeping an eye on Zaya Steele. Remember, Penny is one of the part owners, so technically speaking, Zaya also works under Penny. And now Zaya busting Falcone's head off the post. You know, if there's anybody that hates the Mutiny Mafia more than me, it is without a doubt Hit Kid Worldwide, as I stated earlier. Pinfall by Zaya. 2, and no. Falcone getting the shoulder up, much to the delight of the fans, and now Zaya with these straight rights to the forehead of Falcone. Oh, and now Mount. Getting a mount here. Oh, God, this nasty assault. Remember, Zaya Steele flat out knocked out Shannon Silvera. A nice spear. Zaya Steele knocked out Shannon Silvera last episode with that nasty rolling elbow. And did the same to Everett Creed as well. Again, Creed and Silvera are no longer with us due to contractual obligations within SWW, and possibly because of cocky SOBs like Zaya Steele, taunting like he hasn't got a care in the goddamn world. Thus, that makes the tag team championships vacant, and Damon McCarthy has handled that issue personally. There will be more info regarding the tag team titles' futures as the next few episodes roll on. Zaya Steele now on the second rope. Went for the shoulder tackle, and Falcone swatted him. Falcone swatting him out of the sky like a dead fly into the corner. Clothesline, and another one from behind. Beautiful. Falcone may not be that well known in the industry. Matter of fact, I think he's just starting out. But this kid has what it takes to be a major player. Beautiful choke slam like maneuver. Remember, he's 6'8". Looks like he weighs about 260. Zaya with the counter. Oh, look at this. Full Nelson slam again. Zaya Steele is in control one more time. And that rolling elbow, Falcone had it scouted. He must have been watching last episode, and a huge clothesline. A huge clothesline by Chris Falcone. Oh, Zaya with a counter of his own here. And a rolling elbow, and that may have just busted him open. Oh, Jesus. The same way it knocked out Silvera, the same way it knocked out Creed, the same way it knocked out Walton, but Falcone too close to the ropes. And the absolute degeneracy that Prez was talking about earlier from Zaya Steele. Zaya again, but Falcone had it scouted one more time. Falcone throws Zaya off the ropes, big clothesline. An absolutely incredible main event match. Falcone on a knee, trying to catch his breath. These fans in Salt Lake City are absolutely loving this. Remember, Damon McCarthy said earlier that he's leaving the entire future of ROV entirely in the hands of Deshaun Walton. Beautiful gut-wrench suplex by Zaya. So if Deshaun Walton wants to, he can shut the company down at free will despite being banned from it. Zaya off the ropes again. Oh, look at this. Huge power slam by Chris Falcone. He can close the company when he wants to at free will and just leave the industry without a trace. Beautiful leg drop. 1, 2, and Zaya Steele kicking out. Both of these young men are absolutely putting on a show here tonight. Salt Lake City, Utah, 12,000 plus people in attendance here tonight. Falcone off the ropes. Oh, Jesus! That big steel elbow. 1, 2, Falcone is out. He's done. Zaya Steele with the victory. Absolutely incredible matchup. Zaya Steele with the huge victory. Sending a message to the rest of the locker room. Getting a big win for the Mutiny Mafia. Take nothing away from Falcone. He gave it everything he had. He fought his heart out. But in the end, Zaya Steele, this arrogant son of a bitch, gets the goddamn victory. And that's a face only a mother could love. Yeah, this man may be a cocky son of a bitch. He may be affiliated with the Mutiny Mafia. But make no mistake about it, Zaya Steele just proved why he is one of the best wrestlers in this industry. And I'm sure Hit Kid Worldwide is definitely going to have a lot to say about Zaya Steele the next time he sees him. These fans are not happy about the fact that Zaya has won. Look at this, showboating. Showboating about the fact that he won this matchup. And wait a minute! Ryan Stone! Ryan Stone is here! Stone has a bat in his hand, and Zaya Steele getting bunted into the turnbuckle. Ryan Stone beating the holy hell out of him. Ryan Stone taking it to Zaya Steele, but also taking it to the Mutiny Mafia. And he knows that since Garfield Wentworth isn't here, the next best target is Zaya Steele on his path to redemption. Yeah, well, like a wise man once said, there's no redemption without blood. But apparently there's no redemption without a broken damn back. And Ryan Stone now. Look at the intensity in Ryan's eyes. He never really wanted to be an in-ring competitor. He just wanted to call the action. But of course his pride got the better of him. And bunting Zaya again, and this time Zaya is busted open. Oh, Jesus. Beating the hell out of him with that bat. Remember, Ryan shot Jaden's shadow at ROVX, and Jaden miraculously survived. But I don't think Zaya is going to survive this heinous attack, this nasty, violent attack by Ryan Stone. That Uranagi slam. And now Fireman's carry into the Celtic Cross. And now Ryan lining him up one more time, and another Uranagi slam onto the bat. This man just recently fought Joaquin Burgos on a VWU Dark episode. And if he can hold his own for just a little while longer, I think Ryan Stone will be back behind the desk in no time at all. He is, after all, the people's commentator. And I'm happy to take his place here behind the desk as he fights to get back what he should have never lost in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Ring of Valiance episode 12. My name is Brian King. Have a good night. Wait, the lights have gone out here. Wait, we're still live here. The lights have gone out. Oh, of course. That son of a bitch, Tom Doyle, the Universal Champion, the co-leader of the Mutiny Mafia, and most importantly, the 7th part owner of Ring of Valiance Wrestling. We know he's going to defend the title against Ryan Riley next episode. After some controversial happenings involving Doyle have surfaced recently, you gotta believe his mind is on a whole lot more than just Ryan Riley, on a whole lot more than ROV, and on a whole lot more than the ROV Universal Championship. This man is the reason that Deshaun Walton is banned, and I cannot wait to see him get his ass kicked. Good night, everybody. From Salt Lake City, Utah, my name is Brian King, and I am disgusted.
Excellent, you made it. I want you to know that this is a suicide mission that I've enlisted the band Bloodline to help with. Considering your military past, Miss Vice President, I know suicide missions are your forte. Destroying the Mutiny Mafia is not going to be easy. Their numbers are swelling by the day, and I only see one way of destroying them, hence why Prez has taken this route. Now, Mutiny Mafia is a top priority issue that needs to be extinguished. And considering that you've beaten one of their leaders before, I know the band Bloodline can pull this off and drag Ring of Valiance from out of the abyss it resides in presently.
Believe me, Miss Knight, the band Bloodline will take Mutiny Mafia out of their misery and show exactly what happens when you try to destroy our home. And when the devil comes, assuming he isn't here already, he will cut the head off the English snake and take back the empire he never lost in the first place.